I was 3 weeks into an identity and access management architecture review when the CTO of a 23% startup sent me this Slack message at 11 o'clock in the night, as they just discovered an intern from 8 months ago still has admin access to their production database. The intern is in college now and they have no idea what he did. This startup had just closed a $3.2 million Series A funding. They had 12 developers, a promising SaaS product, and exactly one shared admin password that 17 people knew over their 2-year existence. And the cost to fix this is at least a $50,000 in emergency security consulting, 3 weeks of engineering time to do a complete identity and access management audit, mandatory customer notifications, and one very awkward leadership meeting. But here's the brutal part. This wasn't special. In my 17 years of cybersecurity experience as an architect, consultant, advisor, I have seen this exact pattern at least 30 times. Different companies, but same disaster. The mistake isn't technical complexity. It's not even about expensive tools or security systems. It's one decision made in the first 30 days that either saves you or costs you 6 months of hell later. Today, I'm showing you the $50,000 mistake, why smart founders keep making it, and the stupidly simple fix that takes 30 minutes to implement. See you there. Let me show you exactly how this happens, because understanding the pattern is how you avoid it. Month 1 of a startup. Your 3 co-founders in a co-working space. You need to move fast. Someone creates the AWS account using their personal email address. Someone else sets up the Stripe account with the same password you use for everything else, because who has time for password managers anyways when you're trying to find product market fit, right? This feels reasonable. You're scrappy, you trust each other. Month 6, you hire your first developer. They need access to the code base, the database, and the admin panels. You give them admin access because you don't know what they will need yet. You don't want to slow them down. Still feels reasonable, right? Month 12, you have 8 people, 3 just started, 2 left last month. Nobody documented who has access to what. Your original AWS account is still registered to your co-founder's Gmail account, and the password is saved in a shared Google Doc that everyone can edit. Sounds familiar? Well, this is where the timer starts ticking. According to Verizon's 2024 Data Breach Investigations report, 68% of breaches involved a human element, people making errors or falling for social engineering. And compromised credentials were the most common initial attack vector at 16% of all breaches. But here's the number that should terrify you. When Verizon analyzed small businesses specifically, they found breach costs range from $120,000 to $1.24 million depending on severity. And 60% of small companies go out of business within 6 months of a cyber attack. But the interesting part is, you don't even need a breach for poor access control to cost you. Here's what actually happens. You go to close your Series A funding, and during due diligence, the investor's technical advisor asks you one simple question. Can you show me your access control audit trail? You can't, because you don't have one. I watched 3 deals get delayed by this. One lost their lead investor entirely. In another case, the investor reduced the valuation by $500,000 and required a security overhaul before closing. The founder told me later that they lost more in valuation than it would have cost to do this right from day one. This is the hidden tax of technical debt you can't see until someone asks to look. So what's the one decision that prevents all of this? Implement identity and access management from day one. Not the enterprise version, not the $10,000 per month solution, the free or the cheap version that takes 30 minutes to set up. Here's exactly what this means in practical terms. First, single sign-on for everything, starting today. Use Google Workspace or Microsoft 365 as your identity provider. This costs $6 to $12 per user per month. You're probably already paying for it, I believe. Every other tools you use, like AWS, GitHub, Stripe, your database, Slack, every application can authenticate through this. And why this matters? When someone leaves your organization, you disable one account and they instantly lose access to everything. No more stress. The tools that makes this free or near free are Okta, which has a free tier for up to 15 users. Google Workspace is $6 per user. Azure AD is free for basic SSO, and you'll get everything over a simple Google. These are real tools you can implement today. The second important thing, implementing role-based access control with principle of least privilege. This sounds complicated, right? But no, it's not. You need exactly 3 roles to start with. Admin, which should be founders only. developer who can read and write code and databases, and business who can access customer data and analytics but not infrastructure. That's it. Everyone gets one role. When someone needs more access, they request it. You document it and you can see the audit trail. Implementation time is all about like 20 minutes in your AWS or Microsoft IAM console. There are free templates for startup sized teams already available. And the third most important thing is document everything in one place. Create a simple spreadsheet. Who has access to what, when they got it, and who approved it. Update it every time someone joins or leaves. This takes 5 minutes per change. Why this third step matters? Well, when you're raising money or going through security compliance later, this document is worth its weight in gold. The bigger truth here is, identity and access management or IAM isn't a security problem anymore. It's a business continuity problem. Startups fail for 100 reasons, but adding the reason as like we lost customer trust because a former employee leaked data, or we couldn't close funding because our security posture was embarrassing, to the list is completely preventable. The companies that survive aren't the ones with the best security teams, but they are the ones who made basic identity and access management non-negotiable from the start when it was easiest to implement. Here's the brutal truth about startups and identity and access management. This mistake doesn't announce itself with a breach notification. It announces itself when your Series A investor asks for an access audit trail and you don't have one. Or when a customer churns because their compliance team flagged your security review. Or when you're trying to close a $200,000 deal and the enterprise buyer asks who has the admin access to their data. By then, fixing it costs 10x more than building it right from the start. The startups that survive due diligence, pass enterprise security reviews, and scale without expensive security retrofits aren't the ones with the biggest budgets. But they are the ones who understood that identity and access management isn't an IT problem. It's a business continuity problem. I publish startup-specific identity and access management and security insights, due diligence preparation frameworks, and real vendor assessment strategies on my Substack newsletter. No enterprise jargon, just the security controls that actually matter when you're trying to raise money or close deals. Find the link below. If you found this video eye-opening, smash that like button and subscribe for more investigations. In the next video, I'm covering about the 5 signs you are about to get hacked. And before that, the intern with the admin access, please fix it before someone asks about it.